our infused aromatherapy herbal oils here up in the beautiful country. See you in the kitchen. Welcome to the kitchen. So we're doing part 2 of our infused herbal oils that we did in the last video. We are infusing, this one is calendula and chickweed, and you can, if you don't remember, because it has been a while since I filmed that one, you can go back, watch that. None of these videos are more than 10 minutes long, so you can watch that and then come back and do this. So the first thing we have to do is now strain the oil from our herbs. And I have this strainer. I bought it in an antique shop, but you can find them anywhere online. So we're going to take this out. Oh, it smells amazing. And what you're going to be left with when you squeeze all of the herb is this rich, beautiful oil that you can then use on your skin. You can use it in product. And that's what we're going to do today. So we're just going to squeeze it out. Try to get every last drop of it. So out of that 8-ounce jar, you'll probably come up with a quarter of a cup. That's it. Okay. And you want to get every last drop out. So that you have the oil. Now once you strain the oil, if you're not using it for a product like the gardening salve that we're going to use it for, then you can just use it as a body oil. You can use it, as we spoke about, chickweed is very good for itching, for scratching, for dry skin, for poison ivy, poison oak. So keep that on hand. So if that happens, you will have something to protect your skin. So I'm just putting that in the sink, and this is what I'm left with, this beautiful oil. So we're putting that to the side for a moment. I have measured out a 1/4 ounce of beeswax. Now I get the little pebbles, and all we're doing is putting it in our Pyrex glass measuring cup, and we're going to put it in this homemade double boiler that I've made. And you're going to stir these little pebbles until they're melted. And that's what we're going to be using in our salve. So this is what the garden salve looks like when you're done with it. So we have our oil now. This is the calendula chickweed oil. We are going to be using a 1/2 cup of that. My son made me this on his 3D printer. So we're going to fill this to a 1/2 cup. So we see there that we did get a 1/2 cup, and there's still more in there. So once the beeswax has melted, we will add our wonderful new oil into the beeswax, and then we're going to add 5 drops of lavender and 5 drops of Roman chamomile. And that's for inflammation, for redness, for calming down the skin. So the blend of all of this together is what makes this gardening salve so wonderful. So a salve is a little bit harder than a lotion or a balm. Okay, this is starting to melt. I'm sorry, I'm not good with the camera today. My cameraman is on his cell phone, so you can't really see this happening right now. But I will lift it and show it to you once it's done. So just keep stirring that. Once it starts to melt, and beeswax melts a lot slower than any of your other oils, so you always want to do that one first. I probably should have started with that. But we're almost there. You can always put this in the microwave as well, and it'll happen even quicker. So yes, we're starting to melt here. In the meantime, get your essential oils out, your lavender, your Roman chamomile. You'll have your infused oil ready, and within minutes we will be putting it into the little jar, and then you'll have your product. It's taking a little longer than I thought. Should have started that sooner. But at this time we can put in our infused oil. So this is like gold, so you want to just take this very slowly and add it to your beeswax. I just put things in the sink as I'm using them. So while that's still melting, you're going to take your lavender essential oil. You have it in a dropper like this, it makes it so easy, and you're going to do 5 drops of the lavender. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're going to do, I didn't have Roman chamomile from my supplier, so I bought this at the health food store. This is Roman chamomile, and you want to put 5 drops of that in. It smells so good. Continue to stir it. Okay, I put it on pause because it was taking a little longer for the beeswax to melt. So give yourself some time with that and just be prepared. That does take a lot longer than any other oil that you would have to melt. So this is what it looks like when it's done. Now just be very careful because the handle could be hot. You want to make sure there is no water dripping from your measuring cup. So then I have these little 2-ounce jars. You can get them online. You can even get them at Bed Bath & Beyond one day when they open. So you will see inside here that there are little pieces of the herbs. That's totally fine. It's wonderful that they're still in there. So just, I like to measure. So I put my scale on. I put my little jar on. I hit the tar, and it brings me back to 0. So these should be about 2 ounces each. So 1, I could probably put a little bit more now. Ooh. Actually, they're 2-ounce sizes, but they're filling to 1.6. So I have a little bit of extra in there. I'm just going to put it into my, what I had left over. And then I can add another, jar. Cover, so you don't spill after all these weeks of us making this wonderful oil. Always label. This says gardening salve, a blend of chickweed infused oil, beeswax, lavender, and Roman chamomile. And you could put your date on there, so this way you know when you made it. And that finally is part 2 of our infused oil work class. So I'll leave you with my mantra: health, wealth, love, and abundance comes to me with ease and grace every day in every way. And I wish you a wonderful day. Namaste.